So, Melissa, any kind of monophone, I think, is a cylinder of Kevin Carr in relation to so Melissa, so sure, since you are on, been there, done that, home and away, any kind of, you know. Anyway, ทั่วฟ่องจะสั่นของบอกลองโซฟ่องจะเสียก็เส้นสังเอเล่ก็นงกาซาลามินีกตาชาตุชงนูนูสาวอัตโตก็ตัวฟลก็เส้นตะกิดPhiladelphia. Oh, I'm just a marky mark in relation to being a, spinal cord. What? Okay. Dr. TMG requestment of HTP in relation to Mille Catastrophe because the galaxy is the nucleus of Malcolm, but in relation to 21 Zeta and the third corner of knowing how the association of shar works. Funny, the dark crystal is negation of knowing the black hair in a matter of time. The negation of your is the essence, but Yoda, the force of shield, is the negation of Vala, knowing how the dictation of this works. So in that way, the teleport Ikadlekakatna is the physicist of knowing that the intuition of jailbreak is the true system of Ghost Rider. So, the need of the impacting degree in Irele Kasanan. Because the Mona Lisa is a toxicist of Bile Katasa, because the rejoice of the content in relation to E-way. The CC is the detergent of carbon dioxide or carbon. So in this way, funny how the dark crystal of Melissa is the non-concern of law, but in Toshan, we do not deserve the ghost skull. The ghost skull, Monkey Magic, your old TV series from Japan. The ghost skull is the lily of knowing how Ghost Rider works. It's just a dime of demands in relation to Melissa. So, I'm sorry everyone, my apology. I'm not the creator, or you know, I'm just Alan Loy. So this journey is the whole. Okay, Ross House. Sorry, I forgot. I don't know what his name is. Sorry. So in this way, Melissa. So, oh, it's so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Uh, Artistic manifestation, wavecom, dottY, ghost ship, ah, in coral. So, in this relation for the fifth rakashan of the Dominican name, we will retire irreligion in Koshon, because the fifth rakan of the Pakistan is that the Nakanang of the Menene we cannot power the Pakistan, because in this way, Hitler. Why is my favorite symbol? It's Buddha. Don't know. In relation to the Thakasang of the third development, the Pexism is the second side of law. Sorry. And in that way, if there is a caution of the conclusion, God knows how the spirit works in relation to the society. I live in the digital world. I'm not God, but they do know how the spirit works. So in that way, my mum used to teach me about spirit getting trapped. So I don't know. But in the discount price in relation to the, it is the lakalang of the flu. May the step be in you by the stone of Merlin, Shepperton, that son. Spoke. The organic program is based upon our transition of the hyperlaw, because the Buddhism is a what? And in that way, does that mean the first hearing aid by Merlin is the Tutterson of just a whole? But in that way, Merlin, based upon the circle song of the legacy, the Trasasai of Ilokono of knowing how the Kuala is the imperial of our Sentesan. So the Lakalang of our Poko is that the Mansasasai in Neptune is based on our. So, or next time I'll tell you a story about how the human brain works and how when we're just born, because we don't have a brain in the embryo until later. So in that way, like, I'm not a doctor or sorry, but oh, I love plastic surgeons. So anyway, in that way, the location of the Palakaka is that the development of the amnina is the advocate in relation to our own adjustment of knobs, and in that way, the volume of our own tiala is the synthesis of knowing. TLC, Tender Love Care. It's just an album. And in that way, when we separate into the transition of the aura, Guy Sebastian might be Supala in relation to bowls. And in relation to bowls, the sporty guy, is that Super Bowl? Is that in Ruby or rugby by what? Sir Guy Sebastian in relation to your own mutton. Does that mean this beautiful art is a wave sound of your own wanted because the Adam's apple is So in that way, when we reposition ourselves into contraforton, the vocal voice box is based upon our singer. I'm not a singer and I smoke a lot. So in that way, when we conflong the instances of the telegram, we will dalelele the nokoshotel kamakatele. So in that way, how do we tongue toe by the kalakatele? Because the way we sing is the way we mimic the drag queen and a podo in relation to a podo. So in relation to a podo, how does Guy Sebastian will be ablele ire cordon in relation to French Connection? So in that way, Guy Sebastian, in the thrucuscent of is that an alarm clock or don't know? So in that way, and in this way, our conferment of love is based on our that sound like a fart. So, oh. So, ooh, my stomach. So, Mariah Carey, what did I say last time? Challenge Teresa or Miss E.T. in relation to Alepla. So, Miss E.T., you were just a balang of Bangalore into Bangladesh because you were just a little kid on a movie called what? So in that time, how do we know that by the growth of our vocal box is that we senang tang shong mang lang kang toto shona la teti si si balaka sana kala dalapkan sandan chong shong. Mi kano so to shan sa sa tolo shoto so tolo kono di dala sa ton tasha dala pala sin ton ton mi dala hoshinana dala ko 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 oh dali ne ne do. So, In that way, based upon Elizabeth Street, it's a long time ago. So in that way, anyway, do ya. He used to teach me notes in relation to, so la da da da, la da da da, la da da da, li di di di, li di di di, li di di di, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do, la da da da, la da da da, li di di di, li di di di, etc. So in that way, I think when you do that, your brain will go a bit, I don't know, it's called a brain. So in that way, your brain will go a bit funny, because it doesn't get you dizzy, it just loops like that in relation to visual and in relation to ears. So it's just a sonic sound in relation to the orchestra. So Mariah Carey, in relation to orchestra, like do a di a fi mel di la a golden sun, something like that. I'm not too sure. So in that way, when the vocal voice adams itself into the finale, because female don't have the Adam apple, of course men have Adam apple, but in that way, the opera is the difference in relation to what's that? Oh, I forgot. It starts with P. That used to be a cartoon, but it's on YouTube. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, but it's on Facebook. Phenomenon? Oh, phenomenon? Phenomenon? Oh, I forgot. Sorry. I love the cartoon character a lot. So anyway, in that way, when we had a sit alike, how do we control our vocal box in relation to becoming a singer by the sun, sun, no, ha, sun, sun, no, ha. Do we know how no, ha is? In the way we know that we know that we know. In the way that we know. So in the day of love, you do not know that I can be the one for you. Who has the most best vocal box in relation to the TV show? Selecting the singer. Oh, I'm not a judge. No. So I don't know. I hope you enjoys them. Enjoys? So, Jason Palakata, the speech medicine, the patlala of So Guy Sebastian based upon our wave of intercom. Is it? Intercom is just like Andrew Straw when there's a bell box there, press a button and you can say, hello, my name is Alan. And the speaker just comes out to, people that live in the house. Called intercom. But anyway, in that way, we can also pixel know the security in relation to our method hall. Later, Andrew Straw in relation to the doorbell. Yeah, later. So when we Later on, we can computerize our video as well. So all you do is you press the button and both sides can see each other. So, you know, like, yeah, you can see each other. In the future, there's a lot of things in relation to Andrew Straw and the productivity of his own security work by door numbers, locking the door lock, and security check for, you know, picture frame, because when you press the button, the video will appear, stuff like that. And then that will include, maybe in the future is a car as well. I don't know yet. Number plate, I don't know yet. Big road and delegate. Long, long time, long, long time. So in that way, the presumption of a delicacy based upon our insurance policy and stuff like that. Sorry, we work out how to check the graph of the accident and temporary accident, and knowing big road for RACV or something in relation to the classes of Jason, Triple J. He used to work at, oh, you work at, still work at RACV in Footscray? Oh, so anyway, in a matter of time, in relation to Guy Sebastian, the node of the core, no, the node of our etc. in relation to being a singer. So in that way, when we become a singer, we'll be top ranking, will we? Or it's just motivation of enjoyment? Well, all humans are created. Nothing we can do anymore. We just never know when we. Melissa, Dallas, Naka. So in that way, the vocal voice box is based upon our ENO and EDU, the sub of trees or domain in relation to TSL. But in relation to TSL, for our IP address, the notion of law is the intercution of the location and to point ourselves into a map in relation to Darasha. Our IP address is based upon our content because the Nikini of law is intercution of our IP address and the plexism of Allah, because our IP address indicates the world as well. So when it does, it will conflict into video conference and chat lobbies. I can't wait. So in that way, on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, sorry, we're talking to each other all over the world. Yeah. But later, we get charged for it. It costs price. It will be. So all country and all Telstra charging a certain amount of weekly fee or bankly fee. Don't know as yet. When things work out in relation to live chat, is it expensive or not expensive? I don't know. I got nothing to do with monthly. Ghost skull. Did I say ghost skull or spirit skull? Oh, Aboriginal culture. Who is the one that actually go to Safeway and drank something because they ran out of money? Oh well. But it's still special though. Is that turpentine? Anyway, I'll call it GH. GH. Why GH in relation to general? herpes. Herpes. Yes, general herpes. And in general herpes, understanding the vocal voice box is our interests of knowing that we used to be. So, mind you, when we used to be that, when we become the next one, 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 we never trust. Why? We never trust because our system is our brother, progression of our ancient love, which means fat soul. So, in that way, does it mean we used to be a fat soul, then later on it changes to a skinny legs? What? You never know. We eat well, we tackle well, we live well, we live well, and then later on we can't even do gymnastics because we're an old fart. And when we are an old fart, our leg is so skinny. So since our leg is so skinny, did we realize we used to be fatal? Is that parallel of wet dream or sleep dream or don't know, don't know, don't know. Anyway, there you go, Melissa. Understanding the purebred of dogs and elephant is just a tutorial of belay, belay, belay. And in that way, belay, belay, belay. Ask Zeno what that physical belakastan, no, belay, is in relation to your weekly rental lists of estate agent. Real estate agent, collaborator agent, dragon code agent, Davancha. So in that chain of key access, how can we know the door? So in that way, when we compute into Bananistan by Bangladesh, any doorknobs that is the herbal of made by. So Melissa, in relation to made by, how can we know that the economy it's made for? So in that way, when people go shopping to window shop at 50 cents, then which one is Zeno? Duplicate Zen Kong. Is that a CK balloon? Cock? Kevin balloon? So in that way, it's just a All the time me out. So in that way, funny eye, the shar of is of NB, because NB is just a I love myself, I want you to love me. Madonna, which is a deception. No, didn't. No, wrong. No. No. Man, you know, this tires me out when I act like this. But anyway, oh, sorry. In relation to the third one, Session, the story of the transition order, the segmentation, because the non-soul is the nakane of a kokshon. Because in this way, if there is a conference in relation to the pro-class, the sekashe or nakanang is the synthesis of law. And in so, if we know law in relation to a pro-la, we can position ourselves into the artificial interstices, because in this way, the artificial interstices will be Nikanan in relation to the Blapapa, because the transa will position ourselves into the confine of law and to transit the order say. And in the manner of time, we also need to know the interstices of the Lankana, because the laser eye, based upon cyclone, we will position ourselves into Transan. The supersonic power, the mechanism of Nova, no. Supersonic power of Nikani is the tetrasis of law, and to intersect the Anagana, because the Nikani based upon Dasa, the automatrous will Nikani, the delicate of the vocal voice box. In the matter of time, when we know how to sense the eagerly, we will perceive this way, and in so, we will delegate the manufacturing degree. So the television has been Texas's in relation to our development, and this Wolfram will be Andy Potrovich in relation to divine art. So in relation to divine art, the decada of 31 degree, 26 degree and 24 degree is the decada of the transition, and data the Cora of Lakasa. In this matter of time, when we do so, the interthai of the third koshon is the nickname of law, and to ink the system of the PKC. In this way and in that way, the flexosome of law is the intercution of the legany. The 30 amount and the 26 amount is elf, flexum, twasa dala. Funny eye. This pearl, maybe, is the beginning of Balagda and the exercises of law in relation to our ministran. And in that way, the Nukalam of Divida is the succession of Balakasa. So in this matter of time, the transition based upon the consumption of a timer, we will also reposition ourselves into anti-straw to income the position of the security check and to equal our plaintiff. So in that way, if the manufacturer has a fault in relation to one of the quantity, then one of the quantity is based upon our availability to stock the market. But in so, if it does, then how many days are we allowed to return by the warranty? Don't know. But in relation to the warranty based upon our blessing of our shire, then in that way, the thunderson of knowing that it may be fault. But in so, if it is, do we actually test before we put the package together? Or it's made by the robots? So in that way, if it does, Belakasan, no, Delikaton of Shen. Because I love sheriff, no, chief, I love chief. So in that way, in relation to the transition, the maximum number of the da, 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 is called Sebastian based upon GS. Oh, interesting, GS. And what the other one? CS? Illustrator? CS? Don't know. So in that way, the next maximum number of the manufacturing degree is the McLegative. And in that time, when we whip the signal in relation to the gargoyle, we will reform into Optus and Singtao in relation to the next transition. Because in relation to the next transition, this is beautiful. But anyway, in relation to the next transition, the complexity of the Mandalay has been pitiled into. See you.